So, recommendation 1. The first is based on the operating system limitations that the system has struggled to cope with in the consumer device market. With many developers no longer making applications for the BlackBerry operating system, BlackBerry should follow the lead of the market and build apps that ride the secure backbone of the BlackBerry network. These apps, specifically designed for the Apple system and the Android, reach consumers where they already are and give the company the ability to drive additional revenues and profitability from the well-established software business unit. All operating systems are concerned with device and data security for the user. BlackBerry has a very solid reputation in this space and will likely benefit from the brand reputation and market awareness of the company's past successes as it tries to sell apps and in-app products related to proprietary data security in the consumer markets. Recommendation 2 is for BlackBerry to create more devices based on what the customers want in the mid-price range. Reaching the higher-end market with the PRIV does not support a bright future if the device has to be discounted by BlackBerry to spur sales. A device that meets the minimum viable product standards that can be sold without significant manufacturer discounts will lead to higher profit margins that can fund future R&D expenditures. The industry spends a great deal on R&D to drive the market for new devices. BlackBerry has a very limited budget compared to the likes of Apple, Microsoft, and Samsung. Having the resource to fund this future product demands will help BlackBerry remain viable after the long after the current product offering becomes last month's model. And our recommendation 3 is widely noted that consumers self-identify with their devices. Apple users are Apple all the way oftentimes, and the same can be said for many Android platform users. Our third recommendation is for BlackBerry to rebrand the company in a more fun-loving and easygoing way that solidifies the company as a trusted device in the consumer markets. Current campaigns focus on why the company is good at security in the corporate and governmental markets, but fail to share any compelling story with consumers who might want some of the same benefits. By building devices that work on the Android platform and apps that function well on this operating system, the company can begin to reach the consumer market in a meaningful way. The next step involves the company sharing the story of why data and device security is important to the consumer market, with BlackBerry being the company that will deliver for the millennials and beyond. Listening to the consumers and focusing on them will help BlackBerry control device costs while building a product that customers identify with. It cannot be stressed enough how important R&D spending to the future success of BlackBerry and other players in the industry. To develop the pipeline for future funding, the company must start by listening to the consumer to build a device with the options they want. Not everything BlackBerry can fit into the device. By listening first, the company can reduce the options and create a device that sells on its own merit without substantial discounts to drive sales. Once the parameters are known, BlackBerry needs to build the device with the minimum viable product and maintain the higher margins that come from having an in-demand device. Following the competition and the industry, BlackBerry needs to take a fixed percentage of the profits and reinvest that in developing new technologies for the device market, but also for other successful parts of the company that are driven by data security. The focus on device features and data security needs should start back at the listening stage to make sure that the company is always in the sweet spot of customer demand and emerging technology that drives sustainable growth in this quickly changing business. In conclusion, for several years BlackBerry has failed to keep pace with the demands of the market in the consumer division, not offering a fully functional touchscreen until well after the market made the shift is a prime example of why the firm became nearly irrelevant. Fast forward several years and many hard lessons, and the company is on the verge of re-entering the consumer device market, but that is not going to be without its challenges. For the long-term success of BlackBerry in the handheld and application markets, we are steadfast in our belief that the resumption of significant R&D expense will bring the company forward quickly and correctly for a bright future. On behalf of Gina, Kelly, and I, thank you for the opportunity to help identify the challenges and the possibilities that lay ahead for BlackBerry.